Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, May 10, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Texas Rangers vs Seattle Mariners. The Rangers rallied to score twice in the 7th inning to squeak past Seattle in Monday's series opener, 2-1. A sacrifice fly by third baseman Josh Jung tied the game before designated hitter Jonah Heim knocked in the go-ahead run with a single to center field, scoring Nathaniel Lowe. Starting pitcher Jon Gray, 2-1, picked up the win after tossing 7 innings, allowing just 1 run and 4 hits, while fanning 8. The Mariners came into Monday's contest against the Rangers with 6 wins in their last 7 games, but they couldn't crack Jon Gray in a 2-1 loss to open the series. First baseman Ty France hit a solo home run in the bottom of the first, but it was one of just 4 hits on the day for Seattle, and the Mariners wouldn't score again the rest of the way. The Rangers have been on a roll thanks to their high-powered bats, but Luis Castillo has been the stopper for Seattle all season long. Something has to give on Wednesday, and I like Castillo. He has been lights out this season at home with a 2-0 record and a 2.05 ERA in 5 starts. Dane Dunning has been great so far this season, but he's moved from the bullpen into the starting rotation, and I have concerns about how stretched he will be for another start on Wednesday. I know the Mariners haven't lit the world on fire offensively this season, which is why I'm not giving this a 5-star confidence rating. Castillo hasn't needed much run support, though. He's already made 3 starts this year where he's gone at least 5.2 innings and not allowed a run. There is plenty of talent in Seattle's lineup. They'll push a few across for him on Wednesday against Dunning as the game progresses, and that will be all he needs. Give me Castillo and the Mariners by 2 runs. Based on how Castillo and Dunning have pitched this season, I have no reason to back the over on Wednesday. According to ESPN.com, Castillo has the 6th lowest whip among all starting pitchers, and he's pitched into the 6th inning in all 7 of his starts this season. Dunning doesn't qualify as a starting pitcher on the list of whip leaders, but if he did, he'd rank even higher than Castillo. Even if Dunning isn't stretched out enough to go deep, relief pitchers like Brock Burke, Josh Sborz, Jose Leclerc and Will Smith have been highly effective this season out of the bullpen. The strong pitching for both teams is why the Mariners and Rangers are tied for 8th in the MLB for fewest runs allowed, with 4.0 per game. The under has hit in 5 out of the 8 games started by Castillo and Dunning this season. I like it to hit again on Wednesday. Washington Nationals vs San Francisco Giants. Washington was on the wrong side of a 4-1 affair with San Francisco Tuesday night as the defeat snapped their 2-game win streak. The Nationals entered the game as a +200 moneyline underdog, while the 5 combined runs came in comfortably under the pregame mark of 8.5 runs. The visitors racked up 10 total hits as a team, but they were only able to plate 1 run. The lone run came off of a Dominic Smith RBI single in the top of the 6th. As for the pitching, Patrick Corbin made the start and lasted 6.0 innings. He was ultimately saddled with a loss after giving up 2 earned runs on 8 hits. San Francisco got back in the win column Tuesday night in a 4-1 victory over Washington. It was an exciting night for one player in particular, Casey Schmidt. The shortstop hit a home run in his major league debut and went 2-4 in the winning effort. The rest of the offense came from a 2 RBI double from Mitch Haniger, while J.D. Davis added an insurance run with an RBI single in the 7th. As for the pitching, Logan Webb was solid in his start, tossing 7.0 innings and allowing just 1 earned run on 9 hits and 1 walk. He struck out 7 and moved to 3-5 with the victory. Camilo Doval came on in the 9th to slam the door, earning his 8th save of the season. This should be an exciting matinee matchup out west as we get a pitching matchup between Josiah Gray and Sean Manaea. Ultimately, I think there's enough data here to say that it's worth a shot taking the Nationals as an underdog. Manaea has really struggled this season as he's just 1-1 with a 7.33 ERA and 1.63 whip. I'll dive into his favorable head-to-head numbers below, but we cannot ignore the fact that he's given up 13 earned runs over his last 4 outings. Furthermore, the Nationals have the edge in terms of the bullpen in this matchup. They're 22nd in ERA, 4.33, and 25th in whip, 1.40, while the Giants are ranked 28th in both categories, 5.70, 1.49. Considering Manaea hasn't been known for going deep into games, this stat carries some weight in this matchup. Let's take a shot with the curly W's on the money line. On the other side, Gray has been excellent this season. He comes in with a 3.03 ERA, and he already has 3 quality starts under his belt. The righty has great head-to-head numbers as well, considering the Giants are just 3-16.188 against him. Look for Gray to turn in another great outing against a pedestrian San Francisco offense. Let's take the under. Toronto Blue Jays vs Philadelphia Phillies. In the early stages of the season, the Toronto Blue Jays have been doing pretty well as they are tied with the Chicago Cubs for 8th in baseball, with a .755 ops, while scoring 4.81 runs per game in that span. Third baseman Matt Chapman, 1.030 ops, 21 RBI, has been on a tear during his contract season, so if he can continue to hit while dominating defensively as a Gold Glove candidate every year, he will help the Blue Jays continue their solid start to the year. Looking at the bullpens of these teams, there is a major difference as Toronto is 17th in baseball with a 3.79 reliever ERA, while Philly is 26th with a 5.20 bullpen ERA thus far. Kevin Gausman has been clicking on the bump, while Zach Wheeler has been struggling to begin the year a bit too much. The Blue Jays have won 14 of the last 19 games against the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, so go with the Toronto Blue Jays to win here on the road to wrap up the series. These lineups both have racked up hits as the Phillies are 4th with a .266 team batting average, while the Blue Jays are 8th with a .260 team batting average. Looking at the offenses in the last week, the Blue Jays are averaging 5 runs in their last 6 games, while the Phillies are scoring 3.8 runs in their previous 5 games. The over has hit in 9 of the last 13 games against each other in Philadelphia, so take the over here as well. Houston Astros vs Los Angeles Angels. In their 3-1 victory over the Angels, Alex Bregman had 2 hits, while Martin Maldonado had 2 of the 3 RBIs for Houston. Jordan Alvarez had the other RBI, and David Hensley came in to pinch run and scored. Framber Valdez was excellent, giving up only 1 run in 3 hits in 8 innings pitched, striking out 12 batters. Ryan Presley struck out 2 batters in the 9th and earned the save. After winning their World Series championship last year, the Astros decided to splurge in the free agency market in their attempt for back-to-back trophies. Michael Brantley signed a 1-year deal, but the biggest signing for Houston was Jose Abreu for 3 years and just under $60 million. They also signed Rafael Montero for 3 years and triggered a $4.5 million vesting option for Maldonado. Unfortunately, Houston lost some quality pieces as well, including Justin Verlander, Yuli Gurriel, Trey Mancini, Christian Vasquez, and others. Los Angeles didn't spend much money this past offseason, partially due to Ohtani's contract expiring at the end of the 2023 season. If they spent serious money on players this past offseason, they would not have enough money to make a competitive offer to keep Ohtani. Nevertheless, the Angels signed a few players including Tyler Anderson, Matt Moore, and Brandon Drury. They also acquired Gio Urshela and Hunter Renfroe in the trade market, 2 additions that could prove to be huge if they are to be successful this season. Kurt Suzuki was the biggest name among the losses for the Angels, so as long as they stay healthy, they should have a shot to be in playoff contention. I have faith that the Astros will take the final game of the series. I have more trust in Javier as opposed to Canning, and last night proved that even the offense with Ohtani, Trout, and co. can be shut down. The Astros have a solid enough bullpen highlighted by Ryan Presley to keep their lead throughout the rest of the game. Furthermore, Houston has done much better on the pitching aspect as opposed to the Angels. I have confidence the offense will come around for Houston, especially when Altuve returns. Houston is 4-1 in their last 5 away games versus a right-hander, and Los Angeles is 0-4 in their last 4 after scoring less than 2 runs in the last game. Our team pick is Houston Astros minus 1.5 runs. These 2 teams can string together double digits in total runs in any given game with their offenses. The over was hit in the first game of the series, despite both teams trotting out their number 2 pitchers on the staff. Griffin Canning is worse than Sandoval at this point, and Javier has given up a season-high 3 runs in back-to-back starts. I trust the Angels to come out with a renewed vigor to erase the 3-hit outing in their most recent game. I also expect Houston to provide the offense it can and has done in years past. After scoring 2 runs or less in the previous game, the Angels are 5-0 on the over in their last 5. Meanwhile, Houston has hit the over in 5 of their last 7 against divisional opponents. Over 9 runs. Tampa Bay Rays vs Baltimore Orioles. The Tampa Bay Rays have been incredible at the plate this season as they are best in MLB with a .864 team ops while averaging 6 runs per game right now. They are doing pretty well with their bat-to-ball skill as they are leading the league with a .275 team batting average. Third baseman Randy Arozarena has been off to an outstanding start as he has a .988 ops with 9 home runs, 30 RBI, and 24 runs scored up to this point. Dean Kremer has been brutal on the mound to begin the season, according to his 2023 baseball saving page, as he is in the 3rd percentile in XSLG. Kremer throws 6 different pitches, with 5 of them thrown at least 11.7% of the time. Kremer faced the Rays twice last season and finished 0-0 in 10 innings, with 3 runs on 13 hits, with 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Looking at the ability to put the ball in the seats is critical, as Tampa Bay is leading the sport with 74 homers as a team, while Baltimore is tied for 10th with 42 home runs right now. Being able to avoid hitting into double plays is important, as Tampa Bay is 3rd in the sport with 18 double plays so far, while Baltimore is 24th with 31 doubles plays right now. Tampa Bay is 37-15 in their last 52 games against Baltimore, so go with the Tampa Bay Rays to pick up the win here. Our team pick is Tampa Bay Rays. These bullpens have been extremely good, as Tampa Bay is 3rd in the majors with a 3.04 bullpen ERA, while Baltimore is right behind in 4th with a 3.20 reliever ERA. These pitching staffs have been not giving up too many hits, as the Rays are best in the sport with a .210 opposing batting average, while the Orioles are 18th with a .252 batting average against. The under is 12-5-1 in the Rays' last 18 games versus a team with a winning record, as well as in 5 of the previous 7 Orioles home games, so go with under 9 runs in this matchup.